Violator Radio Uncut, 2 hours of the hottest hip-hop and R&B. I'm Violator All-Star DJ Fusion, live at Lab Studios with the homie Compound. What's going down?
What's up, brother?
Man, it's good to be here, bro. It's like home away from home in the stew. Man, you always got something cooking up over here.
Yeah, man, we're blessed, man. This is, we're almost, I would say, been in business over here for about 5 years now. So, when I'm not in Los Angeles, I'm pretty much over here, in Madison, Wisconsin, and I pretty much do a lot of my recording here at my own studio and, provide for all the other independent artists in the city.
What I think is really dope, bro, is you've recorded in Los Angeles, in New York, in Atlanta. You've recorded all over the country. You were, before you were an artist, you were, A&R, songwriter. You've been in some of the just dopest studios in America, the Sony Chambers, Capitol Towers. You've been able to take little bits of all of these pieces of experience and bring that back to Madison, to artists that will likely never walk through those doors.
Yep. That was the whole idea here, was to provide the best recording for the best price. A lot of times nowadays with technology and stuff, you don't need the, big $1 million studios. Yeah, they're nice. The vibe is great, but that's not what you need to make a hit record,
No, not at all. I mean, you just need it to be clean. Right? Pro Tools is efficient enough now that you can build home studios that sound like $1 million studios.
Yeah.
And,
And I would say, too, to give an example of that, it's always good to invest in your walls, your insulation, your sound deadening, everything that is involved in making a studio, quality, infrastructure.
Oh yeah, this room is dead.
Yeah,
this room is dead. You got all the baffles, you got a wood sound absorption. How many layers of drywall?
3.
3, yeah. And insulation up in there. Triple pane glass. There's no echo, there's no reverb.
Yep.
This room is true to sound, dead zero.
Yeah, and I think that's what is a lot of people miss in the recording process. Sometimes it's about having a dope room or a dope area. Back in the old days, you used to see Little John and them, and they would record with 4 old mattresses around them.
Yeah.
Now that works. It doesn't need to look pretty. You know what I mean? It just needs to be dope and do what it needs to do for the job.
I laugh at those people that are I'm going to record in the shower. No, you're not.
Yeah, nah, that's going to echo. No, that's not going to be
the worst place to go, bro.
That's not going to be good.
Yeah, so
man.
Compound Lab Studios here. You've been around about 5 years. You book studio sessions in, 2 or 4 hour or 8 hour increments on average.
Yep. I would say a lot of our sessions are 4 hours, 6 hours in between those. Those are the hours everybody chooses. Yeah. We do a minimum of 2 hours, $75 an hour.
It's really reasonable, man.
But yeah, I mean, we
especially for what you offer.
Yeah, we definitely get majority of the celebrities that come in and out of town on tour, and we definitely get the regular independent artists who are kind of buzzing in the
from Madison
scene
all the way
here.
to Milwaukee.
Yep,
Rockford, all around.
Yep.
What kind of mic you got in the booth?
We got a U87, so $4,000 microphone. So
and then not only that, you have Pro Tools, but you've got this awesome, SSL outboard box here that really just...
Yeah, I mean, we're mixing a lot of digital equipment with analog equipment and, giving a great sound.
Bringing a vintage vibe and higher quality again.
There you go.
Leaning into, the thing that you really, really founded Lab Studios on, quality.
Yep.
Right? The clean objective. Recording, quality recording.
Yep.
You can record here and send this to anyone.
Yep.
And be proud of what you're sending out.
Yep. And everybody will probably ask you, damn, that sounds dope. Where'd you record that at?
Last studio.
I get that a lot. So
in addition to recording, you also have a green screen space now.
Yeah.
And picking up content creation.
Yeah. So we outside of the studio, there's a booth here, control room here, but outside we have set up, backdrops, green screens, props, different stuff that you can use for content creation, different lighting, different stands, different chairs, stuff like that. So yeah, we definitely are trying to take that to the next level because we understand that that's a major part of being an artist.
You don't got to just have the music. You got to promote it. You got to have some artwork. You got to like hype some people up.
Some reels.
So, yeah, exactly. So you got everything here. You can come in. You can record the song. If you don't have a beat, you got in-house production with Victory and other people too. And you get everything mixed and mastered. You can go out, shoot a green screen photo, get the artwork done here in-house too. And just be rolling. And you do digital distribution.
Yep. We have our own distribution company, which is, by far well advanced compared to a lot of other distro companies, and it's not as expensive, and it's a lot better than your DistroKid or your United Masters. It's called MoneyBeam distro. So we offer that. Anybody that records here gets free distro. It's like, how can you beat that? You're getting free distro.
You don't have to worry about, you come in, you record it. You don't have to worry about getting the file. It's going right up to distribution. You should still get that file, but you don't have to worry about that. Like, you are going to make sure that if it's recorded in your studio, that it goes out the door in your studio looking the right way to the right places for the right reasons.
And, of course, you get your own account. All your royalties are to you. We don't make no money off of that. That's just a service we give for free. It's kind of included in the price when you rent from us. So that's just like we're not.
I think it's also something that not a lot of other studios are doing. That is definitely very valuable to artists that don't know everything and are still up and coming.
And it gives you a chance to experiment. Like, where else are you going to get on a program and be able to use it for free? And, at the same time, actually put your music out and use it and see it work in real time is different, So, yeah, we definitely are, giving, the clients and the artists a lot of extra stuff just being here. So
that's what's up, man. So let's talk about, Compound as an artist, like what you've been up to. You've got a new single out right now.
Yeah, it's called Slurp Me.
I like this single, bro.
It's called Slurp Me.
Man, and these are really dope. He's got some promo merch to go with it. It's a little Slurpee looking thing. It's got a QR code on it. But what's the plan with this? What's the rollout with these? I like these, by the way.
So, this is for the street team, obviously. Obviously right now, Badger games going on downtown Madison, stuff like that. So in different events, different concerts that are happening. So the street team will take these out and about, and we'll be coming up to people and saying, hey, you want to play a game, or you want to win some money. They'll say, oh yeah, okay, here it is. Scan this code right here. When you see the code and you see it pop up on your screen, pick whatever service you use for music, Apple Music, Spotify, SoundCloud, Audio Mac, whatever it is. You click on the link for whatever service you use, and then you can save the song, play the song, follow me on Spotify or Apple Music as an artist, and then I want you to open it. And when you open it, there's a prize.
Oh, snap. We got some greenbacks. Some cash money, right?
Right. So I have several hundreds of these.
Man.
And majority of them will have dollars in them, but there will be some with $5, $10 bills.
Yeah, but still.
So
the song's 99 cents. You gave me $1
there,
and you gave me a little Slurpee cup.
There you go.
We had some fun and created some content along the way. Like, this is dope, bro.
And, it's free. So it's like, who else is going to give you a free $1? All I'm asking for is 20 seconds of your time. You made $1 in 20 seconds. You do the math. You're doing pretty good.
And it's just a cool little take home prize too, man. So, talk to me a little bit about the single, man. Who produces? He said it was Buckroll.
Yeah, a dope producer I work with. He's from Germany. His name is Buckroll. So he's dope. I get a lot of his beats, a lot of my music I've been doing lately with him.
He said he's with BeatStars.
Yeah, he's on BeatStars. He's on YouTube. He's everywhere. That's where I met him, was on BeatStars, I think.
And isn't Pain One also affiliated with BeatStars?
Yeah, Pain One's actually one of the spokesmen for
that. So for artists that don't know, what is BeatStars?
BeatStars is just another marketplace for you to get free beats like YouTube, and for you to purchase the beats and license them and, do it the right way and pay the producer.
You're working directly with the producers. So you're building relationships, and you're also making product you can clear.
Yep. Yep. And that's what happened with me. I just started buying his beats, and then he was just like, "Man, you're dope, dude. I just want to send you beats from now on." So then he started sending me beats, and I still go and buy beats from him too. And he sends me tons of beats, and we're just working. I mean,
But
you
you
know
built
what
a synergistic relationship, right? Like,
Yeah.
you know, you broke some bread with him. He's seen the value in return,
Yep.
and he's also seen like the numbers that you do and what happens. So like he's seen a return on his end, because at the end of the day,
Yep.
when you do these records, you have splits, you have commissions. Everybody's getting something off
Yep.
of it, front end, back end, up front, after
Yep.
the fact. So he's seeing a value to continue putting you on his brand.
Yep,
Or his
I
brand
agree.
on you, right?
Right.
So, you know, like that's, you know, I think that's a piece that a lot of artists are like kind of missing in 25 right now, is a collaboration and working with others,
Yep.
and appreciating the value that you can go farther as a team.
Yep. Yep. Definitely.
All right, so what's the Slurp Me single about? I mean, it's probably self-explanatory, but let's break it down. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
it's definitely a club type vibe. Something.
It's a club banger, you know what I'm saying? It's obviously a little sexual, explicit at times in the song, but it's dope. You should check it out. I mean, it's kind of dope. It's
fun.
It's a
You
fun
know,
song. It's
a-
fast moving.
Yeah.
It's fast paced. Girls want to dance to it. You know, it's dope. I think y'all should check it out.
I mean, but it's on par. I mean, if you look at other music that's out there, you know, NLE Chopper, Let Me Out, others, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't even that bad, right?
Right.
Like, it's a fun vibe. It's definitely something for the club. It's something for creating some content. Like, it's definitely fun for TikTok. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, it's fun, man. Like, who else you got on this beat?
That's it. Just
This
Buck
is you?
Roll and me. Yep. That was it.
Man, it rides, man.
Yeah.
It rides.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to put this song together?
I can't even remember. This one came together pretty quickly. It was just like I heard the beat and I started. Actually, you know what? No, it took me about 3 hours to write it, and I was actually walking. I went on like a 5-mile walk, and I wrote it in my headphones.
Nice.
Yeah.
I know when you finished it, you were real excited about it. You were like, I can't wait to get this record to you, man. And we like messaged about it for a couple of weeks.
Yep.
And then we finally got together, and we got it going on the radio now. Probably got it in 10, 15 markets since we put it out, you know? Like,
Yeah.
it's doing pretty decent.
Yeah, it's doing pretty. It's like it's in my top 5
Nice.
charting songs on Spotify for me right now. So it's doing pretty decent. It's definitely doing. I like it. It's like I just like it because it's a good conversation piece. It's cool as far as the marketing goes for it, and it's fun, and the women love
It's
it.
also like
So-
different from the other records that you've done too. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like you're just like showing diversity. You're growing. You know, you're
Yep.
giving us more sides of Travis, more sides of Compound. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's dope.
I'm always like a concept writer, so it's always like a vision in my head, and just kind of like comes together like that. Maybe so. It's like. I don't know, maybe at certain times I was feeling like that.
Well, if you're out in the streets this weekend, be sure to find a street team at the next Badger game. Be downtown and get your Slurp Me cup. You might get $50. You might get $1.
Yeah.
Either way, you're walking away with something, and
Yeah.
you'll have some new music for your ride home.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. We want to interact with the crowd. We want to interact with people and, advertise the music in a dope way,
So we kicked off the summer. You, Dave East was in town. Did a show here in Madison, and you had him back to the studio. And I gotta say honestly, the show was
great.
phenomenal.
Yeah,
it was
a great
phenomenal.
show.
Like he's like, I'm gonna come out here and perform for an hour and 15 minutes, and we're all like, no
Yeah.
way, 20 minutes tops, right?
Yeah.
This dude's out there an hour and a half,
Yeah,
just sweating, dripping,
I gotta agree. I mean,
giving everything.
it was unexpected. I didn't see it coming, and he didn't mess up hardly at all. He didn't really miss a beat. And
Man, and like like typical rap shows, he did shorter versions of the ones with features, and some of his bigger hits he did the full thing. But like, bro, that was 90 minutes
yeah.
of
We didn't know when it was gonna end.
No,
we
you're just like-
we just kept looking at each other like,
damn, bro.
dang, it's just going
Like you got
crazy.
your money's worth for Dave East out of the show,
Yeah.
and it was just, if you love hip hop and you just really, if you have a chance to go see Dave East, like
Yeah.
definitely getting double your ticket money worth of entertainment.
Yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know. I had no clue. So yeah, I'm glad I went. It was dope.
But then you had him back to the studio, so you guys have recorded a couple of songs together. You got the first one that's about to drop called Ninja.
Yep.
And it should have actually already been out.
Yeah, there was a problem with the label, I guess. So just a miscommunication with management and his label. So the record kind of got put on hold. But it was kind of dope because I was distributing the record at first. Through my own distribution company, and I was actually thinking about using DistroKid as well. And then, but since there was a conflict of release dates with what Dave was doing, his label actually hit me up and were like, they want to put it out.
Yeah, but that was interesting in itself too. And they were just like, they were really squabbling with you over the fact that he was a main artist instead of a featured artist because that somehow, in some way, affected his rollouts.
Yeah, which I felt like, I don't know. Maybe it was just a doper song and they didn't want it to be out. I don't know at that time. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I mean, it seems kind of weird. Like, I mean, was it just going to be I don't know. You've been kind of explaining it to me, and it was like what y'all are going through, and it seems like they're working with you. Yeah, no, the paperwork has already been done. Like, it's already signed off on. Everything is good. It's just like, I guess, some certain other internal scheduling from other people that wasn't okayed and stuff like that. So it's just a conflict of scheduling and
there was something possibly about like AI use or something in there, and like it's all crazy because like you have a rare situation, right? You own a studio, you get people to come here. In this day and age, a lot of stuff it's digital. I'm gonna send you this session. I'm gonna send you these files. Yeah, whatever. You had Dave here in the studio, like he sat right on that couch, recorded in this booth. Wrote the stuff here. Like y'all cultivated this top to bottom, and it's a really dope record. Yeah,
I mean the relationship is really, really good with him because I actually met him from Jim Jones.
Okay,
so that's where I met Dave from. So it's like I didn't call him, Jim and them did. So I didn't hook up the situation, Jim did. You know what I mean? So I think that speaks volume by itself. You know what I mean? So I think everything will get worked out. I think it was just like a misunderstanding, and sometimes, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. Like
the music game, bro, is just like constantly changing. Like what we did in 2015, we don't do in 2025.
No, it's totally different, and everything's always moving at a fast pace with so many moving parts that sometimes things get missed or sometimes things don't get done the right way.
Yeah.
And I've learned that by being a manager in the management world of songwriters, artists, producers, over my years that I've, so when I am an artist, I understand the business aspect of things as well and doing the business as well. And sometimes the business takes longer than expected and sometimes it goes quicker than expected.
Usually longer though.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Yeah. Yeah, depending on a relationship. Like, like I said, like I've been able to get things quick done with, Dave just because of the relationship with Jim and management and stuff like that. So,
man, shout out to Jim. That's dope. Yeah, no, and you have a couple of records with Jim.
Yeah, Jim's my guy. I mean, I can say great things about Jim. Jim is a great person to learn from, a great person to be around. He's a great teacher on an independent level. He's did independent music before anybody was doing independent music. So he understands, and if you're around him and able to pick up, game and stuff like that, which I've spent a lot of time with him and, and kind of like, just watching him and, asking him things and seeing how he moves and what he does and when he does it and stuff like that. So paying attention, has showed me a lot of, things. And I can say that one thing that I can say about Jim is I haven't seen a lot of people work harder than him.
Nah, I mean, he's constantly working, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
No matter how much people are talking down on him, like he's just grinding it out.
And it doesn't matter if he's making $1 million. It doesn't matter if he's making 10 grand. He's always working. Like, and you know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about him is like, he provides for his whole family. So like he can't really stop. He has to keep hustling and he just keeps moving. And I think that's what gives him the ambition to keep going and why he's still relevant in what he's doing today with the youth and,
bro, that IFC warehouse, bro, like that's freaking amazing. Yep. Like a whole creators compound.
Yep.
You know, that he's bringing, you know, youth in, you know, from
And
all over New York area.
we had that conversation like 3-4 years ago.
Wow.
About having what he just opened
yeah,
up like
the
2
independent
months ago.
creators or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's really dope. And then they're about to drop that podcast, Jim, Dave, and a couple other, and Fabulous, and
he's
it's
got the
gonna be dope.
podcast going now, Artist to Artist.
Yeah,
That's what it's called.
Yeah, man, that's super dope. Shout out to Jim.
Yeah.
So
I just was with him in LA just recently,
Okay.
and I was with him in New York too. So, yeah, no, I was doing stuff with him. So yeah, he kind of helps me with certain situations in the music business world too. He's able to get things done a little bit quicker than me at times and make phone calls and
he's been doing it
step
forever.
up to the plate for me. So he kind of helps me, and his management does it as well. So shout out to his management, Pone. You know, Pone is his management. Pone's a super dope dude, and he's cool as fuck. And he just, you know. So.
I've always liked Dipset. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's always been a good, you know, when you talk about hip hop and, you know, like East Coast, you know, like they always represented, right? But like Jim and Cam, irreparable differences at this point. Like,
and there's a lot of people that don't get a lot of credit in that group, man. So it's like shout out to, you know, Sin City, you know, who be with Cam all the time, and the whole Dipset 730 and Zeke and Jewels, everybody, man, over there put in work. Like, and a lot of people don't get credit. There's a lot of other moving parts and people behind the scenes, like Chris Luck, who don't get a lot of credit as he should. You know, and maybe he does get credit, but you know, it's just like not in the limelight of people have seen what's going on. So,
right.
You know,
I remember Freaky was hot for a minute. Jewels had a nice run, but you know, like they both have great music.
Yeah, you know, one thing about Joel is like he has so much music. I just wish you put it out, and sometimes I don't know why you be holding on to it. But
I think a lot of artists these days are making music for them.
Yeah,
especially legacy artists, right? Like, you know, seeing like the transition, you know, going from 5-minute songs to 90-second songs and mumbling and stuff. It's like, you know, if hip hop's taking a different direction, and some people just aren't really trying to be a part of change, right? They want to stay in their lane.
Yeah. No, I agree.
At least, I don't know. That might be it. Who knows? Jewels, what's up, bro? We need something new.
Yeah, we need another record, man. What's up?
But either way, back to the Dave East record, Ninja. This was produced by Pain One.
Yeah, Pain One did the production on it. Super dope, man. It's a dope record. We'll be dropping this soon.
So what's the premise? Like, what's the record about?
It's kind of just like me being a ninja and like how I move in certain situations or certain areas,
okay,
or around certain people, you know, and don't take that the wrong way. That might just be
you're moving stealth, you know, like making moves.
I mean, I might move a different way around my son than I do around my friend.
As you should.
You know what I'm saying?
As you
it's
should.
Just like that type of thing. Like, you know, so it's like, or I might move different around my fiance than I do more than like, you know, I don't know, my sister. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So
absolutely, man.
I don't know. It's just like weird, you know, you move like just, so it's about just being able to adapt, I think, to situations, relationships, and environments, I guess you could say.
When you were first putting this record together, a lot of people were like, you're going to be on a record with Dave East? Is that really you? You know what I mean? And you were like, man, I'm a storyteller. He's a storyteller. I'm like, this is hip hop. That's what it's about. And I'm like, man, like, and in the end, you got like a really great record.
Yeah.
A couple of really great records, but Ninja specifically, the first one, this is a dope record.
Yeah, I thought the record came out great. I mean, I think a lot of people like it too. I think, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong. You can just pick it apart. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's just one of those records. It's like you either like it or you don't. I think, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like one of those records like, damn, this shit, it's dope. Or it's just like, it's all right. You know what I mean? But
the whole thing was dope though. Like, right, we went from the show, which, you know, him performing for an hour and a half, then the meet and greet and all that. You know, you finally get back to the studio. It's like, I don't know, 1 a.m. When he
it was like 1:30.
Yeah, and then it's like 2:30 before he actually gets in here.
Yeah,
and but you know, by the sunrise, y'all had a finished song.
Yeah,
and you know, like it's dope. Like that man works nonstop. Like he loves hip hop.
Yeah, I had that record. I had it mapped out. It was my verse was already done. The hook was already done. So he just kind of came in and just, you know,
Did what he needed to
do. Yeah, so it was kind of a nice little alley oop for him, just like, you know, it's a dope record here, get on it.
Yeah, it really was.
You know what I mean? Like that's really where it was.
It didn't
like,
take him long to come up with it either, and you know, seeing you two kind of go back and you know, him showing you what he got, and you know, like man, like it was really dope watching the record get built right here in Madison, with Dave in the studio.
Yep. That's what we try to do here. We try at Lab Studios. We're always trying to interact with all the artists that are in and out of the city on tour. You know, show them that we got dope music here too, and we can make dope music, produce dope music, make dope music.
Bro, you've been putting out music nonstop this year, and it's the best stuff you've done, the most diverse range of music you've done. But you've also like consistently stacked visuals to everything that you've done. You've shot visuals. You've worked with people like Camera Gods and Uchi, created AI videos.
Yeah, shout out to Uchi. Uchi's dope.
And they're really amazing.
Yeah.
You're constantly giving consumers fresh content that is ahead of the curve.
I mean, you know, part of my objective was opening the studio to get the city up to par, and get us more, you know, on
more
the level
opportunity,
on the level of what other cities are doing. You know, in the grand scheme of everything, business, you know, creativity, you know.
You know, there's something more powerful on a higher level. You learn more about your craft and yourself teaching other people than you do going and learning it yourself.
True. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, so to come down, like it's really kind of humbling in a sense too, and also reaffirming like, man, like I really do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy that you say that it's my most diverse year in music, because you're right. I mean, I've definitely, I just keep getting better. That's why it's like, sometimes it's hard for me to quit, because I just keep getting better. I know I get better. And then like right now, I just made a country trap song that's super dope.
I was gonna say though, but you're not even like new in that country space, right?
Yeah.
Like Big X and all these guys, and like, you know, like since Lil Nas X dropped Old Town Road, it's been this big huge push. But you were writing country records before that as a songwriter, like you and Conte and Smokes and like you guys were.
We were doing country hip hop before anybody was doing it.
Yeah,
I remember when we were gonna put it, we were taking it to the labels, and you know, and they
were really unsure about it.
They told us they didn't know what to do with it,
and now it's like it's everything.
And now they want it. It's like, you know what I'm saying. But when we were taking it to it, they're like, we don't know what to do with this.
This is pre-pandemic.
We don't know how
like,
this is going to go on. What radio station are we going to put this on? Like, we don't know how it would go on real country radio. We don't know how it would go on. Like, they just had an excuse for everything.
They really did. But this was pre Breland, pre Old Town Road, like pre-pandemic, like 2017, 2016. Y'all were like writing country rap records. You know what I mean? Like
And it's hard, bro, to write, like, for me, because I'm not in the country. I mean, we live in the city, but like I need to be there to, like, I feel like I can't write stuff that really I don't relate to, or that is not me. Like, so I have to do it in a
different manner,
a dope manner, like a dope different way. This country trap record kind of was, I guess, a test for me, and I figured it out.
Yeah, and it's your first solo record that way.
Yeah, I figured it out. Now I'm writing, like, now I'm figuring out how I want to do all my country records, and it's like a country trap style almost, so it's kind of dope.
So before you switched artist mode on, how many records do you think you were a part of writing? Before you became Compound, the artist. Right, you've always been Compound, right? But like before you for the longest time, you were just managing,
right?
A&R.
I mean, maybe 500 to 1,000.
I mean, you probably did 300 records with Conte, bro. Like,
yeah,
easy.
Yeah. Did a lot. We did a lot of records, man. I have a lot of records in my hard drive right now. A lot.
But you've got records with Jamie Foxx. You've got records with Shakira.
Yep.
Not that you sing on.
Nope.
This is all before.
Yeah, this was the business side of things with my business partner. And so definitely definitely had my hands in a few things.
And that Jamie Foxx record would surprise a few people. What song did you write with Jamie Foxx?
The Blame It record.
Blame It on the Goose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jamie
yeah.
Foxx, T-Pain,
Yeah.
something y'all still bumping
Yeah.
in 25.
Yeah. Well, that was more or less like, so Conte was the writer on that, but I was more or less the management side of that aspect of things. So,
But even in developing Conte as a writer, bro,
Yeah.
like he would send you stuff. You would send him. You'd get a beat and have Payne remake it, and you would
Yeah.
like hum a melody in it
Yeah.
and send it to him, and then he would take those melodies and make words.
Yeah.
and like.
so there's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes, and it's always a team effort. You know what I'm saying? But Conte specifically, that dude is a mastermind. Like he is beyond like super talented. You know what I mean? And but with him, with things with me was, me and him were more or less really a great team together, because we really agreed almost on like 95% of everything that we did
direction,
music wise.
right.
You know what I mean? Like
It's
me,
really like felt
so-
each other through.
yeah. So it was like, he'd be like, "That's dope, ain't it?" I'd be like, "Yeah, it's dope." He'd be like, "Nah," and I'd be like, "Nah." It like we would know every time. So it was like, that's kind of how we built that relationship. Where he would kind of call on me for certain things, and I would call on him. So it was like, he's like, "Bro, give me a concept for this record." And I'm like, "Okay." I hear like a Smile record, like Colgate commercial or some shit. He's like, "All right, bet." You know what I mean? And so it's like, so it's like, we work together in different ways. But yeah, he's definitely.
But you've conceptualized records for more than just music, right?
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
Colgate thing. Like you're getting into branding and marketing
Yeah.
and sync licensing, and y'all were doing that way before it was like the trendy thing to do.
The thing is, man, just stay working, stay active. Like, I just try to play my part in whatever it is, and I try to bring value to whatever I'm doing. That's the best way I like to put it. I put value to whatever I'm doing. I'm definitely, if I walk in a room or do anything, I provide value every time I'm there or whatever I'm doing. And it might not necessarily be something, tangible. It might be intangible. You know what I mean? So
It might not always be received right away either.
Exactly.
It might be a post,
Yep.
discovery,
Yep.
realization. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, that's true. I agree with that. I would agree with that. You bring value into every conversation that you're a part of.
Yeah, yeah. I try to, and that's what I think anybody should. Otherwise, it's like, why are you even talking?
Well, and in 2025, bro, like we're battling misinformation and just
Exactly.
straight not sharing it, like gatekeeping,
Exactly.
right? Like
Yes.
people use that word a lot in the wrong sense, but when it comes to music, misinformation and gatekeeping is really what really ruined things for
Yep.
artists.
Yep.
And held
For
people
sure.
back, right? So if we can tell
sure.
people like, hey, this is how it really goes. This is how it really works. Like if you're doing this, you're getting taken. If you're doing this, you're working it right.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like those are types of things that, like it might piss somebody off, but if it pisses them off, it means you're probably part of the problem.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I
like,
agree.
there's ethical ways to get money and unethical ways to get money, and taking advantage of the artists, like that's the unethical way
Yep.
to get the money, right? Like we can teach people things,
Bro,
and
we
still
ne-
come up
We never took advantage of anybody in here. Like, we've always gave more than what we got.
than what you get.
You know what I mean? We always have. Just because we want the bigger
bigger
picture for everybody. And, so like right now, the bigger picture that I'm getting into is the nonprofit.
Yeah.
So the nonprofit.
Which is what I got like 2-3 years ago. You saw me go down that rabbit hole, bro. Like,
Yep.
like you got to set an example for the next generation, but also give yourself something too, because, we can make money in music, but you have to take that money out of music and invest it in something else.
Yeah.
Because that money doesn't stay.
Yep.
And you build a lifestyle fast on that fast money.
Yep.
And when it's gone fast,
it doesn't stay.
now you have to adjust. So, if we can teach people like, hey, you can't, it's great to be an artist, but you got to be a business. You got to be a brand.
Yeah.
And that means there's some money involved.
Yeah.
If you can't sell yourself.
you want to be, that's so what we're going to be doing here is getting the kids involved, the middle school and high schoolers, in the studio for content creation and music recording and stuff like that. So, but doing it in like you said, doing it in a real fair manner and realistic, and not selling them a dream, but showing them is different than selling them a dream.
See,
it's like you can have the dream, but you have to know that the dream is not real until you put the work in to get the dream.
Absolutely.
And it takes so much work that you have no idea.
And because it worked this way for him, it won't work this way for you either.
There's no roadmap for any certain person, and it's not going to go the same way that it did for this person or that. Just like everyday life, So, but yeah, that's the goal, man. Is we're going to be getting a nonprofit going here, and actually, that's what I have to do today. I have a meeting after this. So I have a meeting with
that's super dope, man.
A middle school, and we're gonna be moving forward and getting the kids involved, man, and teaching and giving back again, like we always do. And I think it would be great, man. They contacted me. So they reached out to me and wanted to do it. So I thought that was cool too, because
it's great to get youth involved and give them, because I work with a community center here in town too that will probably be doing the same thing.
I'm pretty
bringing
sure.
Kids over here, and what the community center wants is that they got elementary and teenage kids that they want to be reporters, they want to be journalists, they want to be rappers, they want to be
YouTubers,
TV
creators,
anchors, they want to be creators,
Yeah.
they be scientists, right? But like they live in different neighborhoods where opportunities aren't the same for everybody. So we're looking to put real opportunities in kids' hands, teach them how to use Photoshop, teach them how to use Pro Tools, teach them, if we have to, teach them how to use GarageBand, right?
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, so empower some youth with real experiences, and that's really dope, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about it, man. I was excited to give back, and I'm always excited to teach. So.
I've found since the day I got into this business, everyone's selling dreams.
Yeah.
But what I went and I took my approach as let's adjust expectations.
Right.
I came up in the mixtape days. We were selling $50, $100, $25 placements for a mixtape. $50, $100, $500 will host your mixtape, whatever. Like. And people would be like, well, am I going to get a record deal because I did a mixtape with you? Like, no, you're not going to get a record deal. Like, what are you going to get? Like, you're going to sell some things. You're going to use my name to, get bigger,
right.
To sell more of those things. And then you're going to get promotions out of me because I put my name on it. Now I'm going to go and promote it.
Yeah.
And I even had to go as far as to take their music, sometimes get it mastered, because
do everything for
everything, then mix it, get it done. I would provide the artwork. And then I'd hit up Super Duper and be like, Chris, I need 500 CDs. I need 100 CDs. And, it wasn't, you weren't just paying my rent. Like, you were paying for production time. You were buying CDs. You were paying for artwork. I had a graphic designer in Janesville who was legendary. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like we had a whole system. We did like 200 some mixtapes, right? And then artists decided okay, we can do mixtapes without the DJ.
Yeah,
really.
That's when they did decide, huh?
Well,
and then they put like other little stuff. They put like other little stuff in, like in the middle of it, like ads and stuff, and stuff like that. Like they would put you know what I mean? Like
Well, and then there were DJs that were doing mixtapes that couldn't mix, and they would take your money and just send you a folder full of their drops, and and maybe if you were lucky, they would record some things for you, but usually not. I don't know. I had a different approach. I mixed it. I did turntablism. I did themed mixtapes. I did a whole Mortal Kombat series where we took the Mortal Kombat sounds and put them into the mixtape and I was scratching them and everything. It was dope, bro.
Yeah, no, that was a different world back then, and it
way
was
different.
And it was a dope world too. Like that was a dope era.
Yeah, man, it was a lot different than what it is now. Now it's all TikToks and reels.
Yeah, no, it's all it's crazy how they're selling music through somebody else dancing. Like before, we were selling music through a CD or a USB drive, or we were selling it through artwork, and now they're selling
As long as I don't got to dance, I'm all good.
Right. Now they're selling it through like a dancing video or like something else. Before, we used to have to sell it through artwork.
Well, you know, and it's the dancing video isn't what sells it. That's what builds the anticipation to get people to go to Apple Music to spend that 99 cents.
Right.
Because think about it, like even like, you know, grassroots marketing, you got to see something a dozen times, 16 times before you're going to actually.
Or maybe they don't even buy it for 99 cents. They just stream it a million times for free.
Now because
You know?
because here's this is even deeper in the conversation, right? But like streaming services screwed artists even more.
Oh, of course.
Because
It's
for
terrible.
$15, they'll give you everything and they'll give you nothing, really.
Yeah.
They'll give you even less than your royalty rate. And we can just have everything, right? So
Yeah.
if I have Apple Music, right? And it's just having the Apple Music service, that's $15 or whatever. You want to know how hard it is to actually go buy your song?
Yeah.
They make it impossible to buy your song if you're
No.
subscribed to the service.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to like go through the
You
separate
have to like
app
log out
like,
and
yeah.
just do different
It
things.
should
and-
be automatically on there. They should be together.
Yeah, bro. I set up a whole different computer with a whole different ID just to go out and buy music from artists
Yeah.
I liked so I can support.
Right.
And, you know, local, major, whatever. But like, you know, like I had to separate my Apple ID because subscribing to the $15 service
Yeah.
made it impossible for me to give you $1.29 that you're only getting 79 cents.
That's
of.
crazy.
But that's the real
you
deal
think-
that artists are facing. So
when you
every
think
time
about
you
it.
subscribe to something for $15 a month, you're taking away all the opportunity for artists to grow. And that's, if you're wondering why hoodies are $150 now, that's why. Because they got to make some money.
That makes sense.
Well, yeah, man. Compound, bro. You know, Slurp Me is out on all platforms right now.
Yep.
Ninja's going to be out there soon.
Yep.
But if anybody's under a rock and they want to follow your journey, see what you're up to, book a studio session,
Yep.
or even just take you to lunch in LA, what's the best way to find everything Compound?
I mean, you can find me, I Am Compound, on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can even iamcompound.net, you know, my own website. Or you can go to Lab Studios Madison website, check our studio out as well. So, yeah, I mean, I Am Compound. I'm everywhere.
Slurp Me, available on all platforms. Be sure to catch Trav out at the Badger Games here in Madtown. If you're in
Yep.
LA, he's going to have some pop-up events.
Yep.
Some of these got 50, some of these got 5. Most of them got $1. Either way, how many rappers and artists are giving you money to scan a QR code?
Yeah.
To check out their music. To
Just
share
$1
it.
for 20 seconds, 30 seconds of your time.
30 seconds of your time, and you'll get a good laugh out of it, too.
There you go. You'll love it. You'll love it. Trust me. And the video's on there as well, too. So you get the song, the video, everything, and then you get to check out my other music as well.
All right. Well, check out Lab Studios if you're in the Madison area. If you're in Wisconsin, this is one of the premier recording studios in the area, affordably
sir.
priced, exceptionally well built, all the amenities that you need to be comfortable for 2 hours or 8 hours. And again, you can walk out of here with a song, with a beat, with the artwork, with everything you need, top to
Distro.
bottom, and distribution. And so if you just need a place to record, you got it. But if you don't know what you're doing, you can come in start to finish and get the whole process.
No excuses.
No excuses necessary. Man, that's what's up, bro.
Appreciate you, brother. Always coming through, man. Appreciate you, man.
And check out Violator Radio, Unkut.com for all the episodes of the show, for all of our interviews. And up next, we're going to have Compound in the Violation Freestyles coming soon. It's Violator Radio Uncut.
Yes, sir.